wọ́n sì mú bọ́ síta. Ibi àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti ń pẹ̀tù sọ́kọ nínú níyàwó bá sáré lọ síbi tó gbéyàn àtọ̀bẹ̀ òsì kí pamọ́ sí. Ó gbé sórí tábìlì abọ́tọ́jọra wọn tí ẹ̀kọ́ ń bẹ nínú rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ó sáré gbé wọlé lọ. Ńlá àwọn èèyàn tó wá bá wọn dóòlà ọjà wọ́n bá mú ọkọ wọlé. Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n gbọ́ ń tó ṣẹlẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ aya. Ń gbọ́ kí ló dé tọkọ ní ogun yan tọkọ tó ogun yan tó ṣe pé ẹ̀kọ́ àtomi lọ́wọ́ á gbé fọ́kọ ṣàlàyé ń tọ́ ọba kan lọ́bẹ̀ tó fi garu ọwọ́. Ìyàwó ń pé iyán ni mo gún. Mo ti ṣàlàyé pé onígàngàn lọkọ tí mo ní ẹ gbọ́ tèmi ni ẹ wònú abọ́ tí mo dé kẹ́ tó dá mi lẹ́bi. Iyán àti ọbẹ̀ ògìsì ni mo ṣe síbẹ̀. Ńlá àwọn èèyàn tó dúró wọ́n bá yẹnu abọ́ wò iyán ni wọ́n bá pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gúsí. Kálukú bá ń wojú ara wọn ni wọ́n bá ń fọwọ́ tọ́ra wọn ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì làwọn èèyàn tó dúró bá fi ń fọgbọ́n yọsẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Ìtẹ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀ ni kìrì ní tì nílùú tiwọn lójú tiwọn dájúdájú aṣẹ́wé lọ́kọ ẹ̀wẹ̀ tí àtọ̀nà tíyàwó lè fi ya ọkọ rẹ̀ níwèrè lójú táyé. Ẹgbọ́n náà ọgbọ́n kí lọ́kọ ìyàwó lè rí dá tó fi fẹ́ sọ pé òun kì í ṣaṣẹ́wé. Níbi ọkọ ìyàwó ti gbójú òkè tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sunkún tí ń pé súná òun bàjẹ́. Ìyàwó pé mo ti sọ fún ọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ojú rẹ̀ ọjà ni mo fi wípé ta ló lè borí ète obìnrin. Kí ọkọ ìyàwó yé máa bá ìyàwó ẹ̀ lérí wípé kí ni ó ṣe obìnrin lè ṣe gba fún ni. A ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ rí ẹ má gbàgbé Abíadé kìyìn ọmọ ẹlẹ́yọ̀ tí ọ̀já létí Abíadé mọ́rádéyọ̀ ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ àgbà ń kí wa yíkáyíká tẹ́bítọ̀ rẹ̀ má jẹun fèyí sópin ìwọ ò ní kú èmi ò ní kú ká tún gbọ́ra wa láyọ̀ láyọ̀.
Listen all you want. It's always free. Thanks for showing us the way to better radio.
Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Listen all you want. It's always free. Thanks for showing us the way to better radio.
Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Listen all you want. It's always free. Thanks for showing us the way to better radio.
Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Here we go.
Prime time. For those of you who do not know, you are listening to
98.5
Oluyole FM. Let's go.
Yes, you're very much welcome to Conversation this morning. The 14th day of October 2025. The program is Conversation, a program that will give you stories making the rounds from the newspapers inside Nigeria and from outside the shores of the country. And of course, we owe it a duty to give our own views, analysis and opinions about these stories dished out to you. And of course, you have your opportunity of making calls, making your own views and opinions known. Yes, Oluyole 98.5 is the station, and yes, we are networking with 96.3 FM in Okeogun, Agility 92.1 FM Gambali in Ogbomoso Axis. Yes. And of course, you can check us up on Facebook. You'll meet us there. That means you can't beat the reach. No one beats the reach. Oluyole FM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan. The program is Conversation once again, and Bimbo Akambi is my name.
Conversation.
Yes, the program is still Conversation on Oluyole FM 98.5 in the city of Ibadan. Yes. Let's beam our searchlight on politics this morning. 2027 opposition splits over National Assembly poll shift plan. Well, that is according to the Punch newspapers. And from the Tribune, like we have here, National Assembly proposes November 2026 for 2027 presidential and governorship polls. Once all election cases concluded before swearing in, may make use of PVCs not mandatory. Well, that phrase is not really clear to me. Stakeholders back electronic transmission of results, criminalizes non-stamping of ballot papers, result sheets. Well, I don't know what is trying to brew. Something is brewing again. Why the National Assembly has shifted the poll plan. Yes, and the opposition is having problems within themselves. And let's see what the story says here. A fresh bid by the National Assembly to shift the 2027 presidential and governorship elections to November 2026 has divided opposition parties. And while some described it as an attempt to extend President Bola Tinubu's stay in office, others agreed it could strengthen Nigeria's electoral system if properly implemented. And the proposal, part of sweeping amendments to the 2022 Electoral Act, seeks to move the elections forward by about 6 months to allow all pre- and post-election litigations to be concluded before the May 29, 2027 handover date. And it scaled through the presidential and governorship elections. And yes, will be conducted. The presidential elections and governorship was said that it will be conducted in November 2026 instead of the traditional February or March date. And well, the proposal forms part of the draft amendments to the 2022 Electoral Act, which stipulates that elections for both offices must be held no later than 185 days before the expiration of the incumbent's tenure on May. And well, they are giving us the analysis of what used to be, but now lawmakers said the adjustment would end the practice of swearing in elected officials whose victories are still subject to court disputes. And at Monday's joint public hearing, the House Committee on Electoral Matters, chaired by Adebayo Balogun, argued that moving the polls to November 2026 would help ensure that all manner of election litigations are dispensed with before the swearing in of winners. That means that instead of swearing in of winners, swearing in, they still the opposition will still go ahead, or the loser will still go ahead to the tribunal. At the end of the day, end up in the appeal court. At the end of the day, the Supreme Court. And so I think that is what they are trying to prevent.
So the journey from the lower courts up to the Supreme Court would have been concluded.
Yes.
It would have been concluded before
swearing
in, according to this new arrangement that they are proposing. But then I'm wondering, I think somewhere in what they are proposing, they took care of the constitutionality of elections holding a year other than the election year proper.
Yes.
Other than well, 27 is supposed to be the election year.
Yeah, yes. But it has been moved back to November ending 2026.
That's what they are proposing. Well, I guess the other political parties, especially the major opposition parties, well, I don't know if the entire National Assembly and all the political parties that make up the National Assembly are all in accord on this.
They are not. They are kicking. Yes, they are kicking.
The opposition, the minorities.
Yes.
And well, they should come together and study the proposal and then agree on a common front. It looks good to me, Bimbo.
Yes.
Provided, and I've looked closely at it, and I've not yet seen anything that looks like mischief in what I'm seeing here, if it is followed through thoroughly. I think this idea, usually I feel for any governor who has been elected and then has been rejoicing and wants to prepare for swearing in, and maybe
not even swearing in, maybe spent even 2 years.
Maybe I've been sworn in
and removed,
and then so all of a sudden they removed the seats from under him. I remember the incident before swearing in. Remember the one who was already doing parade rehearsals, and it was at the parade ground where he was rehearsing for the swearing ceremony the next day, and the message came that his election had been overturned, and well, I actually felt for him, regardless of the credibility of his removal or otherwise. But I think this is good, Bimbo. I think it's a good idea, and I support it wholly. Like I said, but maybe the days ahead, maybe the experts will be looking at this, and whatever holes there are, whatever mischief there is, maybe they will be showing it to us. But so far, I've not been able to see any mischief. Okay, and just talking about use of PVCs, not mandatory.
Yes, they give some PVCs. No, some conditions, and that's one electronic. Okay, they want electronic transmission of results.
No matter whatever, that's mischief. And stakeholders back electronic transfer of result. Well, they are saying that, and criminalizes non-stamping of ballot papers, result sheets. So why are they afraid of PVCs?
I don't understand.
Whoever is afraid of PVCs.
So why are they not allowing people to use their PVCs or bringing their PVC, going to process their PVCs? I don't understand. Well, they are backed. There are some sections here. I'm just seeing it. Section 60, subsection 5 of draft provides that the presiding officer shall transmit the results, including the total number of accredited voters, to the next level of collation, both electronically and manually.
But what I really want them to address, I think the major problem now with our electoral process, the issue of vote buying. I don't know if anything was if this was addressed in any way, Bimbo, in all this, and looks like they left it out. Maybe they forgot.
But how do you feel vote buying can be avoided? How do you feel it can be avoided?
I do not know. I do not know. But then they are the politicians; they should have an idea. But definitely not what they tried to do the other time. And that one was not even about stopping vote buying. It was about stopping somebody from becoming president, and it never worked. He succeeded in making the lives of millions of Nigerians miserable. So they should address that. I think that is I think we've been able to take care of the matter of electoral violence, ballot box snatching to some extent. The reform that INEC came up with, that anywhere the electoral violence has been proven, the elections in that area will be annulled, will be cancelled. I think that has worked, Bimbo. We
Yes.
still have pockets of violence, of course, but then
Yes.
not as we used to have.
Yes.
So now the major issue now is the matter of vote buying.
Vote buying, yes.
And then weighing in, leveraging on the impoverishment of Nigerians
Because
to perpetrate these things.
I do not really know how the issue of vote buying will be, can be curbed. Although some politicians will say, if they offer you money, collect it, but vote for the people of your conscience.
Oh, they have a way of monitoring you if you do not.
Yes, yes.
They are not fools.
Yes, they have one funny way of monitoring. That is quite true. Now, this one is coming from River State. Fubara swearing SSG cautions against power abuse. That is the governor of River State.
I'm sure the SSG must be Mr. Wike's man.
Yes.
One of the key positions in government.
Yes, it is possible, and he has said he should, he should not, give into moves that will make him to abuse office. And River State Governor Seminolai Fubara on Monday swore in Benibo Anambraba as the new secretary to the state government, urging him to discharge his duties honorably and avoid abuse of power. Anabraba's appointment marked the first major appointment by Fubara since his reinstatement following the lifting of the 6-month emergency rule declared by President Bola Tinubu on September 18. And Anabraba, a former minority leader in the River State House of Assembly on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, also previously served as Commissioner for Housing under the incumbent administration. He was among those screened by the former factional Speaker of the State Assembly, loyal to Governor Victor Oko-Jumbo.
Well, at least things are getting into place regarding the River State government. On ASU, federal government directs VCs to implement no work, no pay policy. And more varsities join strike. We are not part of ASU strike, says Cornwall. Well, it's a pity, unfortunately for Cornwall.
Yes.
They also will not be getting their salaries under the no work, no pay policy.
Do they think that if shouting out that they are not part of the ASU strike, they will pay them separately? It is not possible. They are all lecturers. They are not. They are all lecturers, and traditionally they are all part of ASU.
Well, I don't know. Well, I think I foresee another long shutdown of the nation's hybrid towers with this stance of the federal government. Because okay, let's see a few paragraphs from that story. The federal government has directed vice chancellors of federal universities across the country to immediately enforce the no work, no pay policy on members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, currently participating in the ongoing nationwide strike. They are also quick to do that. Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, gave the directive in the circular dated October 13, 2025. ASU had on Sunday declared a total and comprehensive warning strike effective Monday, October 13. Well, the federal government in the circular expressed disappointment over the industrial action by ASU, despite repeated appeals for dialogue. Alausa warned that the federal government would no longer tolerate action that breach existing labor laws.
I think they are trying to come down hard on ASU, and the renewed standoff between ASU and the federal government was equal to the breakdown between both parties, and the strike, as declared, I think was declared by the national president of ASU, Professor Chris Piwuna. That was on Sunday. And this is even as the federal government mandated the National Universities Commission again to submit the attendance list of all lecturers across public universities in 7 days' time.
I know, again, Bimbo, like I said, I'm worried that strike action have to be part of the scorecard of every new ASU
president. Yes, you mentioned that yesterday, but now let's see this another angle to this. The Nigeria Labour Congress has weighed in NLC. The Nigeria Labour Congress expressed solidarity for the union while berating the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, over the move to implement the no work, no pay policy. And the NLC president, Joe Ajaero, described the policy as an act of intimidation, which he said will not resolve the crisis in the nation's public tertiary institutions. And Alausa had claimed that the government had entered the final phase of talks with ASU and other unions to resolve the lingering dispute over welfare, funding, and the implementation of the 2009 ASU-FGN agreement.
If that final phase had been satisfactory, there would not have been any reason
yes,
for them to go on another strike action.
Yes.
I think Dr. Alausa has been economical with the truth. He's been prudent with the true situation of things. And I think the ASU has simply decided to ignore him.
Yes.
And maybe they believe that is the only language that the federal government would understand, the language of strike as usual. I thank God the NLC is talking this time around. You know, we castigated them severally. The other time they preferred to be supporting a transport union somewhere in the country, in Lagos. They said they will shut down the entire country because of crisis within a transport union, within a particular state. While universities were shut down for several months and they said nothing. They looked the other way. And then at that time also, they also went to fight a battle that was not theirs in Imo State.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
On the eve of almost on the eve of elections, and they wanted to create trouble for the one who was seeking the election. And of course, he dealt with them squarely.
Yes,
the president was beaten up blue black at that time. All of course, and they refused to do anything to step in. The actual crisis that was still on at that time. Then, so at least they are talking now.
But what I just want to say is that we know the two actors. ASU is fighting for its rights. Federal government is giving us some kind of we don't know. They are just sakamajaying us. We don't know the truth with the federal government. But Kinwa, because it will all boil down to our students not, doing very well, in their studies. It will be affecting them psychologically, socially. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. The students are the grass. Yes, we'll take a short break now. We'll be back.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Go for gold, Terra Gold Cube, the amazing seasoning cube. So when you're cooking your delicious meals, don't compromise. Go for gold.
Rich, consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
One cube, endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no. For your engine, no. Get ya make a mobile, make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, eh. Anywhere you dey, the motor deserve to be number one, yo. Make it mobile, oh. Make it mobile, eh. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say. Make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra Seasoning Cubes.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy on this chase. Hey, come cook with Terra Cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Right, we're back, and the program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. At Reps PDP caucus raises alarm over plot to truncate a national convention. 6 National Judicial Commission's intervention. So it means that the alleged plot to truncate the convention could be legal. Defection not peculiar to PDP. That's coming from Governor Seyi Makinde. But the PDP has lost much more of its big names in the last 1 year or thereabouts. So the PDP is losing more of its juggernauts to defections. And then, Governor Seyi Makinde, like we said, is one of the few that have remained on the boat as captains, and are still trying to steer that ship and prevent it from sinking.
Yes. And the still talking about Governor Seyi Makinde, he warned those attempting to disrupt preparations for the People's Democratic Party's forthcoming national convention slated for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan, Oyo State, describing such efforts as an attempt to stop a moving train, an act he likened to political suicide. And well, like you always say, is trying to make the boat, to remain afloat. Now, is according to him now, a moving train. Yes, describing the efforts of truncating the convention as an attempt to stop a moving train. That is, you understand what that means?
Bimbo, I would rather still describe the PDP as a ship on the high seas. And now that we are reading this morning, it reminds me of events in history, the Second World War. During there was something that the Allies at that time, the naval force, the Allied naval forces at that time, the naval forces of the UK, the Americans, and the French. At that time, on the high seas, they had their ships, their warships. Then there was what we call them the U-boat menace.
Yes, U-boat. Yes,
Nazi
it's special kind of
submarines.
Submarines. Yes,
the submarine warfare. At that time, it was the Germans that had advanced that particular aspect of warfare. And they were really advanced in it. And the submarines used to move in packs. They call them wolves.
Yes, and they move underwater.
Underwater. So the Allied ships were the targets. They used torpedoes.
Yes.
And they sank many of the Allied ships. So the PDP now being the ship on the IC, and their adversaries, the APC, maybe the ADC, and then the UK camp, majorly, the chief captain of the submarine wolf packs. So they should be on the lookout, and they should know how to evade. Now, let's assume Governor Seyi Makinde is the main captain of the ship now. He must now know how to go into evasive tactics.
Yes.
That's what they call it. They call it at that time, when the submarine wolves come attacking. The other ships will go into evasive tactics.
Through monitoring, proper monitoring.
Or maybe they should develop what the Allies later developed at that time. They called it depth charging. Depth charges were bombs that could be lowered into the water.
Yes.
And released, so they would explode underwater. And many of those depth charges destroyed them. The submarine. So I think Governor Seyi Makinde should be looking for depth charges now to destroy the wolf packs, the underwater wolf packs.
Yes.
So captained by Naval Captain Wiki. So that's my simple analogy here. So you shouldn't just think that it's a moving train. This is, and from what they are saying here, I think the battle to stop the convention might likely shift to the courts, and so that's why the PDP is raising the alarm now.
I think what Governor Seyi Makinde is trying to say here is the attempt to truncate that convention is trying to stop a moving train, like a car or somebody trying to stand in front of a moving train coming. The moving train is the PDP. So those people trying to stop the moving train are the opposition.
Yeah, but if you plant a land mine on the rail tracks, it will stop the moving train. It says members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) caucus in the House of Representatives on Monday called on the National Judicial Council (NJC) to caution judges against being used by desperate politicians to derail Nigeria's democratic process. In a statement issued on Monday and signed by the leader of the PDP caucus, Honorable Fred Agbedi, the lawmakers expressed concern over what they described as a growing trend of judicial interference in the internal affairs of political parties, a practice that, according to them, poses a grave threat to the country's democratic stability. Like I said, Bimbo, debt charges, they should, their own debt charges is going to be their lawyers as they proceed to the courts. They should prepare for this battle, and they should make sure that their adversaries do not have their way. You cannot tell them, their lordships, if they see any reason to stop the convention. You cannot tell them not to go ahead and stop the convention if they see any credible reason. So it is up to you to also prime your lawyers for defense and make sure that the convention is not stopped in the law courts.
Well, to some other stories now.
Before you go to that other story, Governor Seyi Makinde is beating his chest here. He says Ibadan is going to host the best convention in the party's history. He should be concerned. He is the host governor.
Yes. Now, to some other stories here, talking about security here. The Kaduna State chapter of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria has accused some military personnel and local government officials of complicity in what it described as the targeted killing and persecution of Fulani herders in southern Kaduna. And in a strongly worded statement titled "A Betrayal of Justice" and signed by its chairman Alhaji Abdulhamid Musa Al-Balka and made available to Arewa Punch, the association condemned what it called a recurring pattern of violence, injustice and betrayal against its members in the area. And Magban alleged that on September 28, 2025, 4 others identified as Suleiman Idris, Yusuf Abdullahi, Hamidu Dauda and Ibrahim Hassan were ambushed by armed militias at Tanda village in Jema local government area while trying to access an old cattle route allegedly blocked by local groups. And according to the group, the attack was premeditated and unprovoked.
They were trying to access. Well, I'm not supporting killings in any way. I'm not supporting murder in any way. But then those people, they were trying to access old cattle routes blocked by. So at those cattle routes, it doesn't matter whose farm they pass through.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whose farm it is. You are claiming that cattle routes that have been ceased to exist as far back as the 60s. Now you are acting on a certain policy or directive of the federal government. Curious policy to say that you want to reopen those routes yourself.
What would the aim be? They want to start, reopening that routes to be destroying farms.
Possibly, and then whatever is in the way must give way for them. But like I said, I do not I condemn the killing, no matter what. Even if they are making trouble in any way, as long as it's not a matter of you defending yourselves against the invaders, I think they should have other ways of expressing your grievance with their activities at that particular point in time. You could have notified the authorities and even arresting them, because if you can kill them, then it means you can subdue them. So you could have subdued them and then lodge your complaints with the authorities. So, well, as for Miyetti Allah, I think they should also rein in their people. I mean, talking about the Miyetti Allah, that still seems to at least have a little semblance of respect for the law, unlike the Miyetti Allah Kautahuri. I call that one, I declare that one
militant.
They are responsible for much of the trouble being caused by the herders.
Yes. Well, Tola, you remember the APC's allegation in Osun State that Governor Adeleke was shielding
the
Amotekun commander who they claim they killed some
over the Akil and killings.
Yes. Now he defended it, and now he has taken some actions. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has announced that a retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Wale Abbas, will lead the investigation into the alleged killings of 3 residents of Akinlalu town by operatives of the state's Amotekun Corps. Abbas, who currently serves as chairman of the Osun Amotekun Board, has been directed to ensure a thorough probe into the role of the Corps Commander Adekunle Omoyele in the incident. And Governor Adeleke disclosed this on Monday during a condolence visit to Akinlalu, assuring residents that justice will be served and promising comprehensive medical care for the injured victims.
Well, good one. Well, let due diligence be done to the investigations. Governor's traditional rulers push for constitutional recognition of traditional institutions, and federal government raises alarm over terror financing, smuggling. Security agencies crack down on terror groups. And before we put the phone lines, but there's this very rather tragic story. Okay, we have this commercial break. We'll be back.
tó fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe o. Pẹpẹtẹ́ra. Tó bá fẹ́ ṣe oúnjẹ tó wú ni lórí o. Pẹpẹtẹ́ra.
Ìbá ṣe jọ̀lọ́fù, ata díndín, kódà àsáró tàbí spaghetti, ṣe oúnjẹ tó ta wọ́n yọ pẹ̀lú Pẹpẹtẹ́ra.
Pẹpẹtẹ́ra. Mom's love is pure. It's so no cheetah. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil, pure love.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. Ó nílò àpò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Níbikíbi tó bá wà ló mú ojú lọ́wọ́. Ó yá sọ pé. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Lóbi ní ṣúlẹ̀ ọjọ́. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
All right, we're back, and the program is still conversation. All right, quickly, Bimbo, the tragic story I was trying to mention before we went on that break. It happened at the 119 Basi Barracks in Abak local government area of Akwa Ibom State, and it involved one Lieutenant Samson Aruno, a medical doctor. He was the regimental medical officer at the Ibagwa for the 6th Battalion at Ibagwa. and it involved him and his wife. The wife is also a nurse. Both of them are in the medical profession, and the wife, following a domestic dispute, was reported to have doused her husband in petrol and set him ablaze, and the husband was burnt to ashes. But then the wife denied that she was responsible. She said that the fire started when her husband, during the domestic dispute, accidentally kicked a 4-gallon and then setting himself on fire. That was the account of the wife as to what happened. But she's now in custody. And the story tells us that the man, well, according to allegations, actually, it is alleged that the man had been subjecting her to domestic violence, and then the wife had also severally accused him of infidelity, and the marriage was just 5 months old.
5 months, imagine.
They had just gotten married. And then, well, it's so sad.
Rather unfortunate.
Rather unfortunate. Who should open the phone lines?
0055009850 or 07055551985. The program is still Conversation, coming to you from Oluyole FM 98.5 in Ibadan. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Malata.
Good to have you, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. I've not heard from Baba Adebayo for some time. I hope he's well.
Okay, well, Baba Adebayo, we assume maybe he's on retreat. You know, he's a member of the clergy, so we just assumed he's on retreat. He does good.
Regards to him. Then let's start from what your statement yesterday and again today regarding President of ASU, having strikers, their scorecard. I think that is not correct. The information is not correct.
Okay.
What you are saying is that there is these perennial problems which no government in Nigeria has been able to solve. And instead of solving it, or when you even look up to some people, shouldering the problem, they run away from it. And a good example is what you have seen today. We have a minister who was, everybody could see, he was lying. He was lying on national television. And nobody is ready to take responsibility for their inactions. You were here, and we have run commentaries together on this for more than 2 years, where ASU has been maintaining that some of the issues were not resolved.
That's very true.
It was what we have been discussing here on this platform. Not a year, not 2 years.
Very true.
Even as far back as a year ago, there were serious agitation by members of ASU to go on strike. So if somebody is not coming in the wake of a strike and is coming to say all this, I think it shows the kind of leader we have and the hopelessness of the common Nigerian. ASU is not a body you can threaten. That's what he does not understand. I think they are rewarding him for being a personal physician to the governor, to the president. He doesn't have any knowledge of what is happening within the educational system in Nigeria. This was a man who was credited to have said that ASU does not have any agreement with the federal government. He said it. And come to think of it, we are discussing 2009 agreement, which means since 2009 for close to 19 years, no government in Nigeria has actually signed an agreement with ASU. Is that irresponsible? Is that not irresponsibility? So let's just leave it. I think what the language they understand is what is unfortunate, because the students will suffer, even the staff will suffer. It's all well and good. You have a government that are taking possession of second dues, deductions from people's salary for more than a year. They have not paid it. Those ones are low-hanging fruits. I've not paid anybody. So if I joined the cooperative, they deducted money from me and some other deductions. It was not anything. That's theft by government. That's stealing. Who's going to prosecute them for stealing?
Thank you very much.
And yes, he has the effrontery to come to the national television and said everything has been done. Let's see. In 2 weeks,
Oh, that's from your end, Dr. Adegoke. I guess you made your point. Thank you very much, Dr. Adegoke. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mr. Chef. Good morning, Mr. Bimbo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today I'm calling from Calabar.
Good to have you.
In fact, the last caller, if he expressed in what that we have should have expected. Governments in this country always dodge problems, especially this present administration. They always try to solve problem with problem. They never find a good solution to any problem before. All they know is to blackmail the protesters, those who are agitating, don't blackmail. Now, bring out a solution. They will not be able to bring out a solution. ASU have been on this. They have been begging. They have been going to them secretly. They have been doing this. But the government seems to just lock up their ears. They don't want to hear anything. Now they went on the warning strike now. Now they have started saying another thing again. One thing is, problems, leaders are bound to solve problems. And if you know you cannot solve it, tell the people. I mean, call people. You cannot be dodging problem or using problem to solve them. You cannot have any headway. The reason why they don't have any headway to solve this is that's the problem they have been having. So on the issue of James Ibori that was granted a pardon, but I haven't really confirmed, but it has been on the social media that it was part of those people that have been granted pardon or something like that. Well, the president knows the reason why he's doing it, but the president never surprises me anyway. I know him from right time. I know how he thinks. I know how he behaves. I know that. So it's a thing he can do, and he will do again. You know, he has a way of doing all these things and all that. But one thing is, since Goodluck Jonathan was doing it to allow my Sierra, Mr. President and his voice. I remember then at the Nation newspaper, one.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jide from Ikolaba. ASUP self strike as federal government moves to address demands. So that's the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics.
Yes, I wanted to mention that earlier, that they shelved their strike at least pending the time that their demands are met. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
This is Alaji Ayelabogo calling from Lalate. I want to talk about today's match between Benin and Nigeria. And I want to be hard on the players, the coach, the NFF. These people, they are playing on the intelligence of Nigeria. What do I mean? Most Nigerians believe in sports, in football, that football can bring interaction, social support, and not give it any meaning. Now they are disappointing us. Why are they using fair brigade approach all the time? Last time we were not there, and now we are now promoting. It's not good enough. Why do we have to have foreign coach? We have experienced coach in Nigeria. Why do they put NFF? Those who cannot play football. We have experience.
Thank you so much, Alaji. I was talking about football, soccer there. You know, Alaji loves soccer. On cooking gas, the minister urges marketers, distributors to refrain from exploiting consumers, and they are promising a stable domestic market by next week.
But the retailers, the cooking gas retailers, are claiming that they do not know what is happening, that they are not the ones hiking the price of gas. Hello, good morning. Well, we lost that. 0055009850 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning,
Mr. John.
John calling from Ilorin.
Good to have you, sir.
On ASU 7, the strike again. Well, to me, I think perhaps they should have fight this battle once and for all.
No, it's ASUP that said its own strike.
Okay. Okay, let me stay with ASU. ASU should, for once, fight this battle to the end and see that all their things are met. Because we don't want a situation whereby you will say you have discussed in one corner of the of ASU Rock, you will come out laughing. And at the end of the day, after 6 months, government, did not implement whatever agreement you have, then you will still go back again saying you want to go on strike. People will not take you serious again. It's better you fight this battle to the end. Yes, the children will suffer, the staff will suffer, but the truth is that we have had this since 2009. Since 2009, so it's better to fight this battle to the end, and so that we won't have the current of this strike every time. Lastly, the woman that poured petrol on his husband and burnt him, well, 5 months wedding, it showed they never loved each other. They never for once loved each other. That's it. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, 082-5500-985.
Hello, good morning.
Oh.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Akintola is calling from Oluyole.
Good to have you, Mr. Akintola.
I expected the president to have studied whatever is on the table before coming out to assure us that there shall be no more strike during his tenure. And this is happening during his tenure. We expect that the president will be somebody who can hold on to his words. What's going on, what's happening. This thing should not continue since 2009. It's too long now. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, do we take this one more call?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, my dear brother?
Fine, sir.
Fine, thank you.
How was your night, sir?
Yes, all right, sir.
I'm Evangelist Oluyole from Yokoaraba.
Good to have you, sir.
I will implore Mr. President to fulfill the promise that he made during his campaign in Osogbo, that there will be no strike during his tenure, so that we will not ask him another thing. He will not say it. I'm sorry to say this, but I've not said it. You see, I don't like the way politicians behave. They beyond the game funny. Our president said that no strike. What is happening now? It's not strike. It's not this strike. The president is good in it too. We are ready to eat the fruit of our labor. Our work are not graduating at the right time, and we parents are suffering. What does this nonsense? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, it's been an interesting time on conversation this morning, and we'll be back at the same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akambi. Thank you very much for listening, and enjoy your day.
Conversation.
It's the 5 FM. Oluyole. 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM.